bear with me, guys. Laura is coming any second. We're going to get into her reading. I have faith. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Since I forgot about this deck, remember how I told you I grabbed this deck, my dear Nicole? This is the, here we go. The Crystal Oracle. You got labradorite. Oh, that is actually a perfect labradorite. Do you have any labradorite? I bet you do, girl. I bet you have labradorite. It is, oh, I love it so much. I have a lot of labradorite. Not a lot, but a good amount of labradorite. Let me see if I should. Ooh, let me flash you with some labradorite, people. Don't. As we wait for Laura. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Labradorite is the shit. And this one, you guys, this one actually sparkles. It's impossible for me to show. Oh gosh, don't look at me all lit up like that. But this labradorite is it's an A+++ labradorite. It actually has, it's really hard to see it, but it sparkles. You know, if you know labradorite, it is not a sparkly, it's a flashy crystal, but not a sparkly crystal usually. But I saw that. Oh, she's there. Finally. She has, it's really hard to see it, but it turned me down.
I know. Well, I was trying to do it on my computer. I'm so irritated. I did not know you sent in an email. I thought it was in the chat. I went on every one of those little links in the chat. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It's literally here. Let me hold on. Get my phone. So now I'm on my phone. Okay. Sorry. I was like, please don't go for like in.
No, I emailed it because
I sent something in Google chat. I was like,
yeah, I
trying to figure out how to Google call you. I was like, sorry. You know, I'm like a 90-year-old with all this shit.
Crack me up. Well, I was killing time here because I'm just staring at everybody. And I forgot.
I would not have a say I want a reading and leave. It could be one.
Well, it was confusing. So I forgot that I had grabbed my crystal deck. I was gonna get a couple of these cards for it, Nicole. So labradorite just popped out. I love labradorite. She says I do. I have lots of labradorite. That tower you have is beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I know. It is one of my favorites. I literally have it right here. Just wait, let me see if I could get that flash going because I don't think Laura saw it. Let me turn this up.
I've seen that before. That made me buy some labradorite. And you know what's funny is Nicole in one of our meetings recommended a labradorite pendant, and I bought one, and it was my favorite. It fell off my necklace recently.
Oh no!
I know. I'm hoping it turns up because my crystals disappear and come back a lot. It's weird.
I know they do, don't they? And then Aragonite, Aragonite. That's another really good one. I just came across. I started cleaning all of my crystals. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. And now they're just kind of like in like laid out, and so I've got places that I got to figure out where I'm putting my crystals. But this is one of them. It's really beautiful. Crystal. So this one's coming up for you too. If you're unfamiliar, do you have this one, my dear? Root and sacral, planet Earth, physical healing properties, brings warmth to the extremities, helps with general aches and pains, combats deficiencies in vitamin A and D, can stop night twitches and muscle spasms. Mental and emotional healing properties, provides insight into the cause of problems and situations, brings tolerance and flexibility to the mind, helps to combat anger and emotional stress, teaches acceptance and patience. Perfect for what we were talking about with you. Spiritual healing properties, be attuned to the earth goddess, encourages conversation and recycling. Oh, conservation, unlike conversation and recycling. That's a weird combination. Conservation and recycling helps to prepare for meditation, helps channel positive energy from the earth, And affirmation, I'm grounded and connected to the energy of earth. So this is a really, really great one. Do you have this one? I think one of my kids has a small one of these. Yeah, they do. Like mine is like this big. They do come pretty small, but potent. So between labradorite helping with psychic awareness and faith in self, strengthens faith in self. So these are perfect for you. So there we go. Labradorite and argonite. Okay, cool. So I just looked up. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't use that one. Okay, cool. All right, Laura, my dear, let's get with you, my love. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's get. I know you're so irritated, so I'm
Oh no,
just
I'm
being
good. I'm past that.
okay. But let's just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Let's ground. I'm going to turn down this light because my eyes. Deep breath here. I'm hearing to settle into your diaphragm and then down into your abdomen, your belly. Settle the belly, settle the core, kind of thing. Shoulders back, chest
I
out.
breathe very shallow. I have a hard time deep breathing.
Yeah, nice. Slow, deep breaths. Just take your time here. Do a count of like 3 to 4 for your in and your out breath, like 3 or 4 times. Concentrate on the element of fire. Nice and warm, magical, beautiful, clearing. I'm hearing burning away frustration, distortion, irritation, confusion, doubt. Let's start to get that energy of self-confidence and oh, here coming on. And then up into the heart. Oh, I'm feeling Archangel Michael coming in very strongly here. Just helping to move out any kind of friction, static, clearing the air here around you, creating a big, beautiful, strong bubble, helping with strength and confidence, stability. Really, next breath in, push it all the way down to your belly. And yeah, Gaia's coming in saying definitely need to practice slower, longer, deeper breaths. And listen, that could be for all of us. One of the first, what?
I do everything fast. Like I've slowed down a lot, but I tend to be. I don't like
Yeah, I mean, I know you and I are so alike. We're just it's either complete stop or pedal to the metal.
Yes, that's absolutely it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I'm a
complete.
sloth, a slug. I can like lay for hours or I'm buzzing around. There's no in between.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. So I totally get this, but one of the things that, and I'm not sure I can imagine after the couple years that we've been working together, I've said this and you've heard this, but I'll say it again. That the breathing thing was something I didn't recognize that I did super, super, super shallow, short, shallow breaths. Like, girl, you're not a hummingbird. What are you doing? Like, super rapid heart. I used to have to be on beta blockers because surges of energy would come through and it would spike my heart rate so much that I would be trying to sleep and my heart was like at 120, 130, 140, and I was not moving. I was not breathing crazy. My heart was just going nuts. So, but I know that's different from the breathing thing, but I did a lot of short, quick, shallow breaths, and I didn't even realize I was doing it because all
I
this
hold my
energy.
breath a lot. Like I find I
Yeah,
hold my breath. I'm like, sometimes I used even before all of this, I'd recognize I'm like, I'm not even breathing. Like, what is
yeah,
wrong? Yeah.
yeah. The breath, like I used to hold my breath and not even know it, and at the same time, clench my teeth. So I'd be
Oh yeah.
clenching my jaw and my teeth while I was holding my breath, and while my shoulders were up in my ears, and not even realize what I was doing. And it
I
was
would
like,
sleep like that. I would sleep. I'd have to like unclench everything when I would wake up, and I was like, "What am I in my sleep?" Yeah, I don't do that anymore. But
yeah, goodness.
yeah,
But yeah, so one of the things that along with, your self-talk is in the toilet. So that would, these two things went together. It's like the way you self-talk to yourself is horrible. And secondly, you're not breathing. You're holding your breath, you're clenching your jaw, you're barely taking breaths into your lungs. Like the bottom of your lungs haven't seen new air in who knows how. Like, what? I don't know how to breathe. What are you talking about? It's like, you're not breathing. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I wasn't breathing. So basically I was guided to get into this habit of the the breathing through my lips pursed like this. So when you go into the pursed lips breathing, you can't breathe fast or else you're gonna whistle. And it forces you to think of your breathing. So that is a hack to to get slower, deeper, longer breaths, and you could do it all day
I can
long.
do. I wear a mask all day in the OR. No one would even. I wouldn't even look weird.
Exactly. I literally, like, for years, like I used to do it so much years ago because I just I needed to breathe slower. I needed to breathe deeper. And that was the way for me to remind my body to do that. Because your body is like, it's so habitual.
Mm-hmm.
It's such, we're really programmed. But we can rewrite the program. That's the thing too. We're so easily programmed but also easily or deprogrammed. So, but we need some type of, it helps to have some kind of physical thing that we get in the habit of doing to reprogram ourselves. So that's what I was guided to do, this like pursed lips, slow in and out breathing. And I will just find myself doing it without even thinking now. And I'm like, oh now my body knows to do it without me consciously thinking because I'm doing the short, fast breath without even realizing it, which is now it's like it's flipped. So that is something to try.
Okay.
Okay. So all right, let me see here.
You know, it's funny. My head felt like. Remember that spirit walk when that weird head? It wasn't the same like that headache, but it was. That was with Archangel Michael. I was like, "Whoa, my head! My head felt so strange. Like it was like about to lift off." And then you said Archangel Michael come through, and I was like, "Oh, he does weird stuff to the top of my head every time since that spirit
Oh,
walk." Yeah, weird.
interesting.
Yeah. So I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa, what's happening?" And then,
wait, which spirit walk?
gosh, I don't remember. It was through
Okay.
maybe in the initiation, one of the blueprints thing. I think because I had a
Okay.
really bad, my head hurt so bad. And you're like, you should have said something. And then um, you told me about like opening up. I can't remember. I think that was back in November around there.
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I'm seeing. That was in November because we did. Well, I think we did like 4 spirit walks in there.
Yeah, it was one of,
Yeah, yeah, I remember you saying that. So yeah, there's a real physical reaction that you have to. He's a lot, but he also is, I mean, so powerful in clearing a field, but he can be a lot to first tap in with. Um, a lot of these big energies, Gaia, Elo, any ascended master, any archangel, channeling them, connecting to them can be actually physically uncomfortable. Like when I started channeling Gaia and Elo, but those two especially, like I was doing every day. I was literally channeling Gaia and Elo every single day for hours at a time. And every time they would come and go, like it felt like my brain was gonna explode. It was so painful because their energies are so friggin' big. But after a while, not so much. And they would hurt more on the way in than the way out, but it still hurt both ways when they would come, come in with me. And then until it just stopped completely. No pain. I pop in and out without any no big deal. But it took a while for my body, my literal physical body, to get used to it. Because
I can't imagine, because that head hurt. My head hurt really bad, and it wasn't even obviously like I wasn't channeling him. It was just,
those, the presence of the energies, and whether you're, but yeah, it you know what it felt like? It felt like when you get a brain freeze, very similar to a brain freeze, and those hurt. Like I'm not a fan.
That's kind of what the head. Yeah, that's almost like what the headache. It was like it hurt. It was pretty.
It does, like I said, it does. Your body does get used to it.
Someone's tickling my head.
Okay, we got Faye Oracle for you, girl. Shocker.
Oh gosh,
it's been
the alive Fae Oracle. Not the fair.
Okay, yes.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
both of them actually. We have the
I've been thinking about them a lot lately. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised.
So we have the Heart of Fairy Oracle and the Fairies Oracle. I can we have anything in between here with this light? I'm getting a new light, you guys. I can't with this. Okay, so the Fairies Oracle, and by Brian Froud. He is the artist, and then the Heart of Fairy. So they're a little bit different, but similar, and there is a little bit of crossover. Is it too late for reading? Gosh, I think it might be, because I still have Ileana after this. And we're already going. This is, I think so, because I might be starving and really tired, but let me get past the Ileanas. And maybe I can open up tomorrow if you really want a reading, sweetie, and we can't get to it tonight. Then tomorrow I can make room. I can make room tomorrow if you're available tomorrow. For a reading, we can do it tomorrow, if not tonight. So we got two cards here. We have the Journeyman. One more time.
You're like zoomed in or something.
The Journeyman.
That's from the fairies, not the Heart of Fairy, right?
Yeah, this is the regular.
Okay, it looks like his art. I could.
Yeah, they're both his art. But both of these cards are.
Oh, you just said that. You just said that.
Yeah, it's okay. And then we have, so that's card number 15, the journeyman, and then we have card number, I think that's, I always get their numbers confused on that. I think this is a 31. That's okay, thank you. Okay, sweetie. The undressing of a salad. So here, see these?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Pearls?
all
Oh.
they're, well, those are they're the pearls. Remember I told you, and look at in this one too.
Mhm. Right. I
They
just saw
don't
that.
always necessarily look like, some of them really look like pearls because and they never talk about them. And they're not in all of the cards. They're in some of the
Right.
cards. There's like an extra thing there with the with these globes, or the
Sorry, my
pearl,
eyes are doing their.
the pearl energy. And I'm gonna get, whoa, way too crazy.
It's my nose are going nuts.
Your eyes are going nuts.
Yeah, it just started.
Feel free to close your eyes if it helps
Right.
a little bit. Okay, and then we have with the Heart of Fairy, the Queen of Laughter. She's very froggy, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Which is really ironic.
Are purposeful.
Yeah, that's really funny. That is really funny. But let's go to the journeyman first. Card number 13, the journeyman. No. What? We're 15. See, the 5s and the 3s with this deck, I always see them wrong. They're so similar. Okay, so the journeyman: adventure, independence, polishing of skills, travel. All of the great ones, the saints, the Buddha Hivasanas, and all of those who are filled by the spiritual light have been on this journey. They went into the wilderness, stepping like fools off of the safe paths into the waiting hands of their gods and goddesses. This is the journey of life, a pilgrimage that begins in ignorant trust, passes through all of the doubts, fears, ups and downs, probably all of the delusions, and certainly all of the confusions. Wow, we have a theme going tonight. Through it, we learn slowly, painfully, a new kind of trust, a trust in the process, detached from the goal. Our young Engus journeyman, bless him, is stepping out on the journey of life, positively glowing with enthusiasm. Even his toes sparkle. Bright, handsome, and educated, he has completed his apprenticeship in fairy crafts and magics, but he has not yet achieved true mastery of his trade. To accomplish this, he must leave the protection of his master and step out into the path as an independent journeyman craftsman. He is testing himself and his knowledge in the world. He hopes to eventually achieve He hopes to eventually achieve the status of master maker, card number 22. Right now, he knows a lot of facts, has all the basic skills, but probably knows less than he thinks he does. He is about to learn about the skill of survival, bartering, persuading, selling, buying wisely, enjoying life, making friends. At least he doesn't need to learn how to iron his own shirts. Ungus I think that's his name. Unagus still has lovely, playful, childlike qualities. An Oracle online group member notes that Owen Gush, sorry, it's a really weird name, is playing balance the ball on a stick with the moon. That's supposed to be the moon. Balance the ball on a stick with the moon, and adds that he seems to have no constraints, set no boundaries on what he can do. And because he is magical and doesn't set such limitations on himself, he is able to walk on air or water or through the hills, all with the moon nicely balanced both on his stick and in the sky. Our young Unagus must learn to care for himself no one is looking over his shoulder to see that he does his work right and eats properly. Unagus may take chances and even make mistakes sometimes, as we all do, but this is how we learn. He is now confronting and being confronted by the real world. Here we he will discover that excuses don't buy bread and that the quality and integrity of one's work and actions are what counts. But he has been well taught and pretty well knows this already. Don't tell him I told you, but Unagus sometimes wears a false mustache, hoping that it makes him look more mature. He has romantic dreams of being a great hero, of becoming the supreme master of his craft, and of winning a fairy princess. Some of his dreams will come true, perhaps even all of them. Here we see an innocent being walking trustfully into the situation for which he is not fully prepared, and indeed cannot be fully prepared, or for which his preparation is yet untested in reality. He is innocent of previous practical experience of the path he is now treading, or the realm of realm of life into which he is moving. This card could be called Innocence Encounters Reality, which is by no means a bad thing. His fairy godmother is lurking somewhere just out of sight, as fairy godmothers tend to do. Her expression is both gleeful and worried. Her hair is already whiter than it was before he began, and she is keeping her wand fully charged at all times. Although this is his journey and he must undertake it himself, almost everyone needs and is given a little fairy godmothering from time to time. Good-natured innocence attracts fairy guardians. It attracts helpful beings on all planes and in all worlds. It may also attract those who would abuse that innocence, but as long as our intentions are good, our guardians will offer good guidance. We are blessed and cared for if we allow ourselves to be. The world is before Unagus with smiles and teeth. Unagus has optimism, cheerfulness, magic skills, and a diligent fairy godmother. Unagus grows within us when we step bravely into the unknown, developing our potentials with hope and optimism and an open heart. Whew. And the starter reading for kind of the basic divination for this. Adventure, independence, travel, a long path ahead, we hope. This card speaks to the need to perfect skills in working and living, but it acknowledges having a sound grounding in the basics. Optimistic, innocent, and willing to learn, Unagus also shows us that intuition serves us well, but only if we pay attention to it. Sometimes we are operating from theory alone, and our knowledge may or or may not be well grounded in reality. This card does not necessarily refer exclusively to beginnings. It can also signify a progression along a path, moving into the unknown from the known, a new phase in the ongoing process. The card may also represent untested concepts or ideas and suggest a need for balance between the intuitive and the rational as one approaches the unknown. Consider where you are going. What are your long-term goals? What are you doing that is helping you move towards them? Whew, that was a lot. Well, good Lord. I mean, this card is so just multi-layered with so many of the messages that we've been receiving for you, and the energies that are in play, for sure. We've got moon energy very strong. That's coming through right from the top. So the moon is very, very, very influential here with this card. The new moon, this new beginnings, but this new the action, the journey part of the preparation. So it's like you're as prepared as you're gonna be, and you're never gonna be fully prepared. Like it said, it's like there's never a perfect time to have the chaos and the uncertainty of a move or of a journey. It's like everything just needs to shift to make room for it. So, but this is definitely the type of energy that's coming and wanting to settle in with you. Unigus brings a sense of definite, confidence. Like that trust in yourself that we were talking about earlier. Unigus is definitely that essence of trust yourself, of knowing that you have fairy godmother with you. And I don't know if you know this, but I've had kind of different ways of like me showing up in the world, how I present myself, and where kind of the energy of what I do for people. And before Infinite Empath, my whole like website was your fairy godmother. It was all about me being the fairy godmother.
Well,
Because
when you read that, do you have a fairy godmother? I was like, well, of course I do. Like, I literally instantly was like, well, yeah, I kind of do. That's funny.
so it was really funny because I was guided to, was like, well, that really doesn't, fairy godmother is great, and it's more of like kind of this interdimensional energy that encompasses who and what I'm supposed to be for people. It's like, use that magic wand, light up the path ahead, be someone who's looking out for you, who's helping you along the way, like have that essence. And it's like in all of my incarnations, I've had that type of role. So I very much identify with this fairy godmother energy, but it's like, look, all of the things that anyone could wish for before they have a big move, a big shift, a big journey, and have this confidence to literally walk on air, walk on water, play with the mood, and move forward with so much confidence. It's like, this is the dial to set to, and to think about this guy here, Unigus. And I'll take pictures of these cards so you can see them much more clearly. Yeah, like it's coming through. Like he doesn't even need clothes. he is butt naked going, he's like, fuck it, I'll find clothes. If I get cold, I'll bury myself, I'll find a rabbit to cuddle up with. It's cool, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'll have all that I
It's
need
funny,
when I
like they totally drew his posture. Like it was, I mean, like he is just like complete. I don't even know what words I'm trying to say. Like he is just.
Yeah, the essence is just, it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they captured it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's captured Unigus just perfectly. And I love how he's on this other Fae, like this dude's head. He's
Yeah,
like, don't mind me passing through. This guy's
right.
like, oh, whatever. But yeah, it's like, I don't, it's, I'm gonna have what I have when I'm gonna have what I need when I need it, is kind of the headline here. And
Yeah,
just know that you're gonna have what you need when you need it, because you have done so much work. You are so prepared. You are so activated with so much about, like, getting, like, the crusty layers have fallen,
yeah.
and
You
it's
know,
like,
I tried to type this, but it was too long. It cuts you off in the chat when you asked about the blueprints. Okay, so
oh,
after my monthly with you, the very next day, I just randomly was guided. I know I need to start saying guided. I'm like, I don't know why. I pulled up on phone and I was in a case in the OR of one of the blueprint maps. And oh my gosh, it echoed so much of what Anubis said. Like the mother, that stuff was everywhere. I need to send it to you. I can't
oh
believe I
yeah,
forgot. Everywhere. And all of, remember when we first read, like back in November, it was like some of the language, it felt, I was just kind of like, I don't know. It was like all of a sudden I was speaking that like, there's not a part of it I don't understand. And I mean, I had to stop. I had to get to the end. I was getting hot. I like teared up. I was like, whoa. My
Aww.
anesthesiologist checked it and I was like, oh, I'm just reading something. I was like, oh, I don't know. It's intense. He's like, you're okay. I was like, no, I need to send it to you. It was like all of a sudden there was no confusion. Like it was just like all like that was another language back in November, and all of a sudden I understood, and it felt like just true. I don't know how to explain it. It was very
Very cool.
yeah. I'll
Yeah,
send it to
you
you.
definitely have to. Yeah, you know what? You can, if you want, you can just,
I'll just
like,
add you. I'll add you to the yeah because it's in the
well,
doc.
yeah,
It's
you
like
can add me to it, but you can also copy and paste that also into your monthly.
oh okay. Oh
You
yeah
know, so
yeah.
it's in both places. So you could be like, this is so on point with all this other stuff, because that's the magic. That's like, that's the blueprint magic right there.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in real time with your divine design and your blueprints, it's like
It explained like the
so
death and rebirth, like what he was saying before. I mean, it just was like I was like, oh, that's what that meant. It was like all of a sudden I knew what that meant when it was like, you know, death and rebirth midwife. I didn't read. I can't even remember now the phrases, but it was like, oh,
okay.
okay, now I see. And yeah, I totally get. Like I might not remember those lives, but I trust that that is like this is all like true. It was like all of a sudden I just knew it, even if I can't remember it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
yeah,
Um, well, it's kind of like the tunnels get built and then we start mining. So it's like, it is a multi-layered process. What's going on? Hey, Chacho.
yeah. And it echoed a lot. Like it had a lot of like what the eclipse stuff said. It was like I got that at the beginning. It's like I got the ending thing at the beginning before it was like I didn't understand it, and then we went through all the eclipse things, and then it was like then I read it again. I was like, oh, it was basically all the stuff that was going to come through in the
Oh,
next few months was going to help me understand what that meant. That's kind of what
right,
it was.
right. Yeah. Yeah, and that's like that's the thing. It's like, okay, even if it doesn't make sense now, even if it's like there's a lot and it's multi-layered and it's all this stuff, it's like I know there's something going on over there. I have to I'll be right back, guys. There's something, I think Pretty Boy's been outside for a while. Okay. Hey, calm down, please. Been on one. No, 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 no. Chill. Chill. It's like scratching to come in. All right, I'm gonna try. Fire. It was so beautiful and warm. It was just so perfect here. It just got cold. Got down into the high 20s last night.
Oh my
Might do.
gosh.
Yeah, it was a freeze warning, and yeah, we have another freeze warning. Wow. Aw, Nicole, if you're still here, thank you so much for that extra donation. You're so sweet. I appreciate that so much, sweetheart. Okay. Ooh, yeah, freeze warning again. We had freeze warning last night. We have a freeze warning again tonight. Yeah, it's gonna get cool. Have the undressing of a salad. Oopsie. Recording track. Okay. The undressing of a salad. A lot going on there. Okay, now is that card 51 or 31? I swear these fives and these threes. We'll find out.
That's very good. It's so weird. My eyes, like, as I was starting up, they stopped. So funny.
Okay, so it is 31. Okay. Balance, avoiding extremes, achieving the impossible, being impossible. Um yeah, sometimes there's just like kind of some extra stuff here.
I know. I do that with Atlanta Fairchild too. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have time. I have to skip the
Yeah.
history part. And
Okay, yeah, let me go down here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go down here because this is a whole lot of
yeah,
setup.
that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. There are times when I'll take a picture and send them
Oh
to
yeah,
you so you can see the whole thing. But there are times when we have a sorry. There are times when we have to turn bad luck into good, and that isn't always easy, especially if someone else seems determined to turn good luck into bad. Everything is integrating and disintegrating at the same time. Confusion is rife, but we still try to create order and put things into balance. The whole universe is hardening. Sorry, I need my glasses. That's better. The whole universe is hurtling through time at an astonishing rate, and it is very difficult to keep balance on a rapidly moving object, especially as it appears to lurch unpredictably from time to time. Sooner or later, Adrito or Sally, oh, those are people in the thing, will drop their balls, and the sulky looking fellow on the left is clearly waiting to snatch one or two so that he can play too, or maybe just so that Adrito and Sally cannot. My money, okay, whatever. Okay, starter reading. Things are in motion and the outcome is impossible to predict. A cool head is required to deal with this, as is a readiness to jump in whatever direction seems appropriate. Exercise cool judgment while staying ready for the unpredictable. Sudden changes of fortune may appear good or bad, but they are in flux and can be rechanneled if necessary. Develop poise, stay calm. You can come out a winner here, but it is likely to take a concentrated effort. Use power with delicacy and discretion. Okay. Where is it? So more motion. So it's like really similar with a journeyman. Journeyman's moving, he's going on adventure, he's ready, he's prepared. And this is saying now, through this journey, be prepared for the unpredictable. And this is really more about the challenge to act, to go into action without needing too much to prove to you that you should. This is definitely a place where you have this is a core fundamental reweaving of your of the way that you do things and process. Your divine design is directly tied to this kind of thing. And also what we talked about in your monthly, which was, this kind of the ability to take redundancy, and for things to have to be really redundant or get really old in a certain way, because you'll just kind of like,
or implode.
yeah, but you'll just kind of like regenerate. You'll just like, okay, starting new today, just all the crazy bullshit. Like, okay, we got crazy bull. It's like, but anyway, this is about mostly what's coming through with this is the action of, this is coming through, this is the message. Let's not work on too much rational thinking, logic, trying to make sense of it. Just kind of pick up the breadcrumbs and see what comes next, just for the fuck of it, just to see what happens. Like, we don't need to be married to any of it. It's just about discovery and
Like, do something. We can't help you if you don't do something.
yeah, just be curious in these different ways to discover, to get into a sense of okay, I'm not gonna do this right now. Stop it. Come here, Bubba. I know you want to come up here. I missed you too. You were outside for a long time. Yes. Okay. All right, we good? Can we get up here? Thank you. So yeah, this whole undressing of a salad, this whole integration and disintegration at the same time points to it's being unraveled and raveling together at the same time, kind of thing. So it's going to by default feel unstable. That's that like whole like jerky action thing, the intensity, the jerky action of reality and of shifting perceptions and all that good stuff. Okay, so with that, it's about sorry, just I think what I'm really picking up on here is when we put these two things together, the confidence of, what's his name? Unigus, the confidence of naked Unigus with the moon being like, I'm ready to go. I've got all I need. I'm gonna, sleep with rabbits if I get cold. I don't need clothes. I want to be free in my motion here. It's like kind of like the energy that I get from him. And then the dressing of a salad is kind of like, or the undressing of a salad is bringing in this this real energy of receive and explore. It's very explorative energy. So there's the action, the going, and the exploring. Like you don't have a destination to try to get to. You're going to find it no matter what. So it's just kind of like one domino drops another domino, drops another domino, and let's just see how they fall kind of thing, without needing to set them up to fall a certain way, because yeah, that's basically what this card is about. Sorry, it's very interesting energies with this one card here. Okay, and then we have the Heart of Fairy with Queen of Laughter, card number 9. Queen of Owls, the Queen of Hearth and Home, the Queen of Shadows, and then the Queen of Laughter. Art of joy, lightness, fun. I need my glasses again. She is always ready to leap joyously into a situation, grinning mischievously, and fluttering her lovely wings as she lands in your soup, on your clean shirt, or in your very serious thoughts. She's out to have fun and she wants you to come with her. A sense of fun and joy can do more than almost any can do more. Sorry, what? A sense of fun and joy can do more good. Oh, there we go. Can do more good than almost anything else in most situations. Wherever this queen goes, she spreads joy, and when you travel with her, you can't help but spread it too. Be a little daring, do something. In fairy joy, joy is a serious business. I love that. Fairies have perfected the art of joy and passing it to humans whenever they can. Sometimes we don't need to see it that way. Often fairies will do things that bring them much joy while we feel more annoyed than anything else at their antics. Sock stealing and car key hiding are good examples. When this happens, when you can't find your keys anywhere, stop for a moment and listen. You may just be able to hear the silvery laugh of the Queen of Laughter as she leaps between the worlds, dangling your keys on her fingertips. Say hello, give her a smile, and she might just do the same for you. Pass her joy onto a friend or lover and watch your relationship blossom. So she's a lot of fun. She's very open-hearted. She's also naked. That's being pointed out. A lot of these guys are naked, actually. They're all naked. They're all naked, and they're not always all naked. Let me just say that not all these cards in these decks we have naked fae, but every single one of these cards, you can even see her little boobies there. They're naked. They're naked.
You remember that conversation about you sleep in pajamas? I was like, I can't. I have to sleep naked.
You're a naked sleeper. I'm like, oh, I hate sleeping naked. But yeah, they're all naked, and that is definitely a theme here. Their nakedness it shows they're internally prepared. And that is coming through very, very strongly here. And that lightness of being internally prepared, and the joy of being and doing for the joy of being and doing, and this go and do something kind of thing. So the journey ahead is unchartable, and uh the map, the road here, the road away from here is being formed and disintegrated at the same time, and the whole time the energy is like that's coming through for you and around you is like being in this bubble. So it doesn't, it's like you're protected in this beautiful bubble of light and love and joy for your forward movement or sideways movement. It's just, how is it going to unfold? Where are you going to go? What are you going to discover? But all of it is super, super duper positive. And the, like, you know how I talked about, like, you know, her stealing your keys or stealing your socks or whatever, and to pay attention, to listen, just slow down. So it's kind of like
Oh,
when
stuff disappears all the time. All the time. It's been very recently. I'm like, oh my god, it'll show up again. Like I stopped getting annoyed with it because I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening, but so many things in my life, like the back. I mean, all of it has been so symbolic. I'm like, okay, this means something, so I'm just gonna go with it. But oh yeah, things disappear. I'm like, I know it was right there. Socks do like when work saw anyway, but it could be it's a lot of different things. I'm just like, it was just right there. I know, and then it'll be back where I knew it was. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why or who's doing this, but okay. That when you read that, I was like, oh my gosh, this happens all the time.
well, it's also, so it's kind of like literally the Fae definitely like to move our shit around or hide our shit or just to be there. I mean, they're kind of known, they like to um uh
I mean, Nora
it's
moved around the house, like
I mean, it's kind of like, okay, does this, is, are they gonna get all flustered and irritated, or are they going to be intrigued and know that there's something else happening here?
yeah.
Where are you, you know, kind of where are you positioned at? And like I've talked about with these decks, with the Fae, they're very literally connected with the Fae. And people that have gotten these decks before have literally resold them or returned them, because opening up the working and the portals with the Fae, they will challenge us as to, are we too 3D? Are we too, you know, anchored into our programmed stuff about like just the regular way that we interface with reality as humans when we're more asleep? So it's like, or are we going to be like, oh, okay, you guys are being funny, like take it with a grain of salt, take it as being like interacted with
Yeah,
and
like Nora, I was sad Nora stopped moving. And that's what they came through and said, that they did that to get my attention because what, my sense of humor, they knew I'd appreciate it. I was like, hell yeah, I did. It was like, I loved it. I was like, ah, you
Yeah.
are.
And it's like the more that you can not only, you know, perceive it in a certain way, but then like have reverence and enjoy it, that means like, okay, then you can handle moving forward without like leaving your rational mind behind. Because is it rational to go out on an adventure with no clothes, no money, no, he's got literally nothing, but he's got the moon on a stick, and it's like, that doesn't make sense. But it's like, it doesn't need to make sense when you're dealing in Fey logic and Fey terms and Fey time. Then and the like, from the very first time that you and I ever got together, it was so much Fey. Do you remember that? Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
you're like,
It was like,
do you have a thing
holy,
with the Fae? You're
you
like,
have
this
a
is
serious
weird.
thing with the Fey. And it's like that. It's this full on bubble with you and the Fae. Yeah, I mean, here we have these three cards with the Journeyman, the Undressing of a Salad, and the Queen of Laughter here. She will be with you, bringing fun and joy. That doesn't mean, again, it doesn't mean it's not work, doesn't mean it's not challenging, doesn't mean it won't sometimes be frustrating, but if this type of energy and record is playing, and you're willing to kind of step, it's about, like, part of this is about being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And the uncomfortable means that you don't have the answer for everything. And you used to say all the time, if I could just know ahead of time, that would make it so much easier for me to then implement. But
Yeah.
that is the whole problem, is that you don't, like, that count, that neutralizes the process in itself. So it's like, before the fire can get started, all the air's been sucked out of the room, kind of thing. It's like the fire can never get started if you want to know, how, what the fire's going to look like or feel like, or something. It's like that kind of
Yeah.
energy.
Like the ending of a book, I had to read it and I was like, oh, okay, this is how it ends. I can read, but reading, I was calm reading. It was, yeah, because my nervous system was already like, I was like, I can't take a book and be like stressed what's going to happen. I would need it to be my downtime.
That's
So
a
I read the end. I'm like,
perfect
oh, perfect.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
perfect example of that energy. And it's like, you have to set that aside and allow it to unfold without needing to know what's happening even tomorrow, much less a week from now. Or is this decision the right one to make? Am I going to regret it tomorrow? Is this a mistake? Like, which way do I go? It's like all of that. Remember, this whole thing tonight has been about Aries and truth and stability. Remember the ram with Aries. We've got these big horn things, and we've got four leg. You know how they can literally, have you seen those videos of them like on sides of mountains? Like, I saw one the other day and it was like, oh my God. I mean, they're more like goat rams, or I see them as very similar. And that's the vision that I'm getting. Like, they can like be on something like this thin. They're these big animals. They could be on something this thin and up thousands of feet, and they're just like totally fine with it. It is bonkers to watch. It really, like, it's like, how do they do that? It's unbelievable. But it's that kind of stability and balance, no matter what or where. They don't go, oh shit, how did I get here? How do I get myself out here? Did I make the wrong move? Can I get, am I supposed to be here? They don't, it's none of that. It's truth in their own inner compass, balance, understanding of who and what they are and where they're meant to be. And that is, they're meant to be in their own stability. So if they're in their own stability, no matter what, then they can be anywhere and enjoying anything because of of that.
yeah. You know
So
what? You know what I'm thinking? It just came. Remember that rainbow light with, it was right before the eclipse, and I was just like, oh my God, I was stressed about moving, and it came through like, no, just stop
mm,
it. Like the next 2 months, like the eclipse, all this eclipse stuff is, you need it to stabilize you for what comes
yeah,
after. And I feel like I have, like, then I was like, oh, how am I going to know where to go? Like, how do and I mean, still, I still don't know where I'm going to go, but it's a different, like, I don't know where I'm going to go. Like, it's a whole different, I mean, there's a little bit of like anxious, but not like at all like that. Like, it's
yeah,
not at all. Like, it's night and day the way I feel about it. Um,
good.
which
Uh,
all the I mean, I just feel like that all of that really did help me. I don't know. I mean, even it was coming through like you're everything's exactly like you're doing just fine every day. Like you're,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's
doing
more.
exactly
It's
where you're
it's a
supposed to be.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. It's like there's the all the initiations are settling in, and it's getting close to beginning to take those, like in these next few weeks, it's probably going to come through about revisiting some sort of, different types of action when it comes to new
Well, yeah, I'm
jobs.
gonna have all those weeks off. We talked about me going. Some I'm off next week. 2 weeks later, I'm off, and I think I have 2 weeks off in May.
What?
I know I'm gonna probably owe a lot if I leave my job within, because I have 9 weeks of PTO, but you earn it as you go. So might have to buy back some of that PTO if I leave in like 2 months, because I don't know how much I accumulate. But I have not had a week off since December, so I I need it. That's the longest in probably 10 years that I've gone without a week off. I have to take a week off. That job is way too. I didn't even realize the reasons why I needed that. Like now it makes sense. But I was
Well,
just
that's
like,
scary.
nobody wants me there. I don't want to be there, and no one wants me there. It has been 4 months without a week off.
Yeah, that's way too much. That's a
Mhm.
lot. But
Yeah.
I mean, you've been managing like these last couple. You've been doing pretty good, I think. We've been doing a lot of work, and
Considering, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But oh, for sure. I wouldn't have, I don't know, I wouldn't have made it without all the stuff we've done. But still, it's been I need a week off.
Yeah, for
I do.
sure. That's gonna help settle things in. But okay, then we do have one more with the golden egg. This is from the Animal Spirits or Oracle, the golden egg. Another one from the mystical section here. The golden egg. Message at the center of, guess where, my love? The heart. The unstuck sound. She got the heart for the place in her Archetypes Oracle Monthly. Okay, you guys, I need you to back up. Stop. Um, Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. Okay, this is all, yeah. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. Oh, and then look at how cute.
Is that oh, I see. I was like, wait, my eyes. Okay. I thought it was a frog. Now I see. Oh, it's.
Like it's a little
Yeah.
baby in the egg.
Yeah. Little fat baby.
That's so cute. And there's some sacred geometry there. I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah, in a nest. A nest
In a
again.
nest, we got another nest. Yeah, you're right. Another nest. So, yeah, this kind of touches on all the things. Um, the heart, uh, to be in this place of deep, restful ease. Of course, meditation, receiving, getting quiet and still. Um, And what I'm hearing, like what you just said earlier, it's like either pedal metal, moving, 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 or like just literally passed out and gonzo. So
Yeah.
finding this happy middle, um, and some separation from the stimuli of work, of people, and yes, even your own dogs that you love so much. And that is like, oh, that okay, so I'm seeing your meditation room. You cleaned it out, you've set it up, you've got
Oh,
cool stuff going in there, and it needs your presence on a
yeah,
regular
I did
basis.
drop. I've gotten out. I had a really good, in fact, and I can breathe. I'm telling you, I remember noticing like my breathing. I was like, whoa, I like my breathing. I used to be really, yes, I definitely, when you said that, I was like, she's going to call me out. She's going to know. I really have like lapsed a lot and I need to get
Yeah, that
back.
I mean but here's the thing. It happens to the best of us. It comes in waves because there's times where there's just other stuff going on. We're receiving in different way. We're integrating in different ways. So for anybody watching this live or in the future, know that, yeah, if somebody say like, I've meditated every day, 3 times a day for 30 minutes and da 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 da, great, good for you. That's wonderful. You've done that for 20 years. Great. But most people, we have ups and downs, highs and lows when it comes to our stillness, our meditation, or any of this kind of stuff. Things happen. We move in and out of different types of energies. So it's okay. Don't be hard on yourself for that. That happens to me too. It's like I'm doing other work and I'm working spiritually and activating in other things, and my stillness I find in other places and other times, and then it's like, all right, it's been a few weeks, let's get back to where we've been or whatever. So this is really saying, okay, so even if it's 15 or 20 minutes after you get home, after you give treats and walks and whatever, before dinner, before whatever, make sure you're taking 15 to 20 minutes. That's the range that we're looking in. 10 is too few, 30 is too much. 15 to 20 minutes is really, really great. Start thinking about it ahead. You can get into the mode of kind of being already there before getting them there. So you could be walking the dogs, you could be doing their treats, you could be kicking the ball with the dogs or whatever that you're doing. And are not that you're not present, but you're already setting your nervous system up to be relaxed when you get there. And the queen of where is she? The queen of laughter is coming through and saying, I'll be waiting there for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then be in this golden egg, get into this bubble to receive, to ask the questions. What's next? What should I do? And the answer is, it's what's the word? A valid answer that you may get. So I'm telling you now, don't let this confuse you when you say, what should I do next, or what's next on the list for me to do, or anything like that. A valid answer would be wait and maintain, or don't do anything right now, or you've done everything for right now, or anything to that effect. If you feel that type of energy or get those type of messages, just know that that is very valid. So to do nothing is to do something. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when we're in the middle of shifts and changes, we do need to just let the physical movement and energy do its thing, and then let it settle in, and then that sort of thing. So that, but this whole thing is this with, we need to couple what we got from your monthly a few days ago, the mother, the heart, the stone with crystals. So crystals being a big part of it. We are going to be activating your light gate very, very soon. That's going to be part of the next. I know we've been talking about it forever. You got your crystals for it. Activating your light gate is going to be part of the next wave of things that we're doing. So setting up your intentions for that. But the queen of laughter, she is so much more dynamic than even like what we read about in this book, and I can feel that she's gonna be more present. What's really funny about her is how froggy she is. Like we already said, look at these feet that she's got. She's super duper froggy.
She,
Um,
you know, in my backyard the other day, I remember told you those frogs were gone. I was like, there was a source, and I was like, is that? I turned, I was like, is that a frog? Because I was like, where is it? Oh my God, where is it? Do I need to go in? That was probably maybe a week ago. I don't know that that was her, but I was like, because Georgia even picked up her head and I said, you heard that, huh? Was that a frog? I was like,
yeah,
oh my
she
God.
had, just for anybody not knowing about this, she has this fear and weirdness with frogs, and they've like come at her before and been very aggressive. I try not to laugh, but it's just like
It's fun. No, I'm aware that it's ridiculous and funny, so it's fine.
there is something very much, there's a healing and an energy there with frogs that is really very interesting. We're not gonna solve that riddle tonight, but the fact that she is so froggy is there's a definite tie in there. And I think that this is really a lot about there's this, oh god, okay, there's this thing about, because frogs are both of water and land, right? There's this, there um there's this unknown kind of quality about, like, anybody who knows frogs, been around frogs, they will just appear. They will just like,
Unpredictable. Yes,
they're
they jump like they've
unpredictable.
always
Thank
made
you.
me very like they're very unpredictable. They jump at you.
They're
And
very
then when they figure out you
unpredictable.
don't want it to jump at you, they follow you. They chase you. At least my
They're
experience.
there's this kind of unknown, otherworldly, in and out of dimensions. They're in water, they're in air, they fly through the air, they're in the ground, they
Pop out of
um
your plants when you water them.
yeah, they're exactly, yeah, they'll sit in your fern that's 5 feet off the ground
Yes.
and will literally pop out of nowhere. Like, but there's this theme with her and the frog thing and what the frog represents, and it's also very, it would be interesting to see about that with your divine design too, like, because it's this kind of karmic energy of surprise, of unexpected, of 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 being in, like, either stable or unstable, things flying at you that you're not, sure of. So it's like, how do you protect yourself? What is this, a threat or isn't it? And all of that energy, is that kind of thing, is teaching you to understand that you're only going to be threatened if you are in fear, if you're vulnerable to something like that putting you out and off, kind of thing. And it's like, where you're meant to go in the future for yourself, that kind of stuff cannot happen. And
Yeah.
so, because if it does, then you're going to be fucked with. And you just can't, we cannot have that. We just cannot have that. So this is about kind of getting desensitized to things coming at you that you don't expect, and not letting it knock you over or run you away from where you're meant to be, because that is the dark side. um that is a very dark side type of theme and energy, to push you out of where you're meant to be, to scare you away with illusion, shit that isn't going to hurt you, could never, but in your mind, it's like, I don't know what to do, I'm off balance, it's coming out of nowhere, it's unpredictable, like all of that energy is wrapped up into frog. for you. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but for you specifically, there's a lot there that it's like, probably, and we can explore this more, we probably will, but in past incarnations where probably it's not about the frog, it's about the outcome of where you're meant to go with yourself spiritually, energetically, evolutionary, airily, and with your ascension and all of that, like where you're meant to go, and then how that gets set off track, basically, because of different fears and vulnerabilities and not understanding the spiritual war. Because we have to understand, like, yeah, we've had incarnations where we've had some idea about the light and the dark, but most of our incarnations we weren't like really really hyper aware, and so it was a lot easier to be afraid of the unknown. Whereas we're in incarnations now where it's kind of like, as long as we keep determined and dedicated moving forward, there is no such thing as the unknown, really. It's just remembering, discovering again, kind of putting ourselves in that position to receive in that way. And she's all about receiving and being joyful, and seeing it as a party and an adventure and a journey of fun, and not letting those other types of energies get in the way. But you have to go into the golden egg on your own. You have to separate yourself from your dogs, give them a couple of chewies, tell them that you
Oh,
need.
they're good. When I say I'm gonna do my when I used to when I said I would do my meditations, and they would like Georgia would she likes she loves that shit. But she doesn't bother me. She sits and either like guards the door or she watches me. Yeah, they're both they know. It's like, oh, okay. Like that's the whole thing I do. Like they really are really good. They don't bother me. It's
Okay,
really
good.
great. They're
So yeah, okay, and then last but not least, rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite. It's this really pretty pink.
wait, I
Um,
think I have
Rhodochrosite. It's really pretty
oh, I
swirly
had that on
pink.
a bracelet. It broke. That's one of my bracelets that broke. I had that a while back.
Really? Well, guess
Uh-huh.
what? Chakra heart, zodiac Leo and Scorpio, element Earth, numerology 4, planet Mars. Mars is super active right now, as we read about
That's my
earlier.
that's my Atma or whatever. It's my chart ruler and whatever.
Okay,
And
well,
yeah, yeah, yeah. My life path number's a 4. I mean, this is like
this chart is like hitting
yeah,
all of them. My
yeah.
goodness. Physical healing properties, regulates and stabilizes the heartbeat, balances blood pressure and stimulates circulation, helps with restoring poor eyesight and eye whatever.
Oh my
Beneficial
god, my
in,
eyes are
I know, beneficial in withdrawal from caffeine and other stimulants. Mental and emotional healing properties, can release one's emotional wounds. So there we go. Brings compassion and self forgiveness, dude. Assists in healing childhood wounds. Okay, so we're
I
back to
mean,
mother stuff, we're back to forgiveness stuff, we're back to the heart stuff. Cleanses and balances the emotional body. Spiritual healing properties, encourages a positive and cheerful outlook, enhances spirituality and attuning to one's higher self. A great tool for contemplating the duality of nature. Inspires one to open the heart to universal love. And affirmation:
and
it is safe for me to be powerful in loving ways. Oh, I love that affirmation. It is safe for me to be powerful in loving ways.
oh gosh, all over my blueprints, especially the one I sent you, it's about past lives have made like fear of power. Like I resist. Like so, you know, I've said I have like this blocks like in meditation. It's like something almost like stops me from I don't know. You know, it's like a weird and it said I read, I was like, I don't remember even reading this, but it's like fear of of
Your
power
own
because of past
power.
lives. Yeah,
Yeah.
fear of past lives where I
Yeah.
got all. I mean, it had a million reasons. Like this, all these things happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like,
That
oh,
is
okay.
a really common thing. So if you guys, if you ever feel like that is like an overwhelming, like, well, then, what are my abilities? What are my powers? I'm, being afraid of your own power. I went through that years ago. Like after I went through all my, my big healing event, and I'm like receiving all this stuff, and it's like you've got to do all these things, and it's like I've already experienced so much that prove that I definitely have something going on. I'm definitely a powerful, and work, things around me are okay, stop. And things around me are powerful. And that, our own power can scare us because we're like, am I qualified for all this power? Like, I don't know if I'm scared. Like, can I? It's like handing somebody a big old like weapon and being like, okay, there you go. And you're like, I don't know how to use this, and it's scary, and I might hurt myself or somebody else. How do
Yeah.
it's
It's
like
like when I graduated anesthesia, like literally, I was like, wait, they're letting me do this on my own. Like
there
I could
yeah,
kill someone every day. I
yeah,
could kill someone. Like they're crazy to let me do this. And I had to get in the like frame of mind, like, no, you know how to do that. I mean, it didn't take long, but there what I mean, for a
right.
while there was this whole fear of like,
That's
how
a
am
great,
I doing this?
yeah,
Like
that's a great association because it's like that's like the ultimate, right? The ultimate, you're literally holding, the
I put
heart.
someone into respiratory arrest every time I put someone to sleep. If I
Yeah, yeah,
don't intervene for them, if I just like gave them the drugs that I give them and don't do anything, they would die. Like I
right.
have to intervene
That's
for
a
them to stay
really
alive. So
interesting, yeah, it's an
I've been
interesting,
very aware that I have respect for that. Like I mean, if everyone should, the second you don't recognize every single time you put someone to sleep, if you don't recognize that, you need to change careers. Like I
yeah.
always recognize how
Yeah,
big that
well,
is.
but it's there to show you like, yeah, you can handle really great power and responsibility, and that you can trust yourself with that. You can't you have the strength, that you have the power, you have the ability, the rational thinking when you need it, because to be super powerful energetically, spiritually, you have to be responsible, you have to be rational, you have to be practical. And this is where a lot of people find the paradox, or they think they're at a crossroads. Do I pick being a rational human in this reality, and being able to still do my life, and or do I float off into this, who knows what, of spirituality and energy and all the woo woo? Like, I can't do that. I need to be a responsible human and have this life. And it's like, actually, you need to do both. You can't do just this and you can't do just that. It has to be both. And that was the thing for a lot of us. With, somebody might come across me and go, this wackadoodle woman believing in dragons and spiritual war and parasites and this, that, and the other, and she's an archangel. Like, honestly, how more flighty and not rational and not stable and not practical can you possibly be? But you would be mistaken and judging me wrongly, because I am all of those things: super practical, super rational, super logical. And for those of us that are those things, when it comes to crossing over, even if we've had mystical experiences our whole life, we're used to a certain amount of woo. When it comes to, let's just now let in all this stuff that is of the unknown dictate my life to such a degree, I've got to suspend my rational thinking. And like I said earlier, you can't have all, it can't be like, oh, I've got to check and balance with rational thinking and logic to now qualify the spiritual and the energetic, because those two, that we're talking about different type of math. This doesn't equal this. It doesn't work that way. So we're in this like, kind of, and that everybody goes through that for years usually. whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 1 year, or 2. It's usually a few years while that is getting balanced out. I can be this and I can be that at the same time. Put those things together. That's how we're meant to be. I think anybody that looks at Jesus slash Elo, aka Elo, wouldn't go, oh, here's this person who's totally irrational. Like nobody would say by everything and every account that anybody knows about Ella would be, oh, flighty, irrational, unpractical. It's like, no, mystical, magical, powerful, but very sound mind and, just to the nth degree about what's wrong and right and how to live and love and all of this, the Christ, but there's a lot of that, like the Christ energy. I don't use that, and I'm not guided to use that terminology. I think any of you would be like, yeah, she really doesn't talk about the Christ. Because it's so rooted in still that religious dogma. But he's coming through, and I'm bringing it up because he would say the same to me. I'd be like, but I would just be so distraught, and he would come through to me. I swear to God, I would not be here without Ella. Ella was with me like 24/7, and it always is. But back then, when I was in my trailer, just trying to make sense of this world, and having a hard time reconciling everything, and he would remind me that when he was alive, he faced these questions too. He's depicted of like, oh, all-knowing God and all this stuff. And he was like, I was so human. I had doubts. I didn't understand. I was doing things nobody else could do. And it scared me too. And I had to figure it out. And they don't tell you this shit, in the Bible. But that's how it was. And he was like, I didn't do it alone. I had friends. I had family helping me. Yeah. I had support all around me. I couldn't do it by myself. And that's the same thing with you, because I was so isolated. I was so alone. I was like, I felt like literally like.
Oh, I can't imagine how you did that.
It was, yeah, well, I did it because Michael, everybody was there with me. Gaia, like if it wasn't for them, like I mean, it was a lot of support, but on the other side, and it was very much that. It was like, don't, because so much of this spiritual, mystical, like out was just like, just like things were just on a clip 24/7 of just like the most wild shit going on, it was just like, how can I just live in, like, I feel so like, is this world, like, what is happening? Like, just to be like, you're not fucking crazy town, it's like, but because I would be like, I think I'm crazy. I'm just crazy. I'm imagining all this. None of this is real. I'm not like, and then it would be like, but remember this, and this. You are rational. You're not crazy. This is real. It's just your idea of real doesn't account for these things because you just couldn't, even though you've experienced all these other things. What's the word? The accounting of all of this isn't something that you've been doing for the last 40 plus years. Like as somebody in your 40s or 50s or whatever, it's like you think that like I'm a full-fledged adult and I know what reality is and I know who I am and I have, it's like, no, you don't know shit and you haven't been experiencing most of what is actually going on. So you're a little confused about what is rational or what is real. Your barometer for measurement is not right to begin with. So everything from there is off. Just like if you're attempting to do spirituality without the framework of the spiritual war, you're already off. So now you're in a different place to move forward than you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, because now all of this framework. Maybe you haven't experienced it in a certain way and with that awareness so much yet, but every single day, like we've come to realize, like the life that you lead, the work that you have, the people that you're in front of and touching and working with every single day, you have been doing this at the nth degree of difficulty. So your year is like the normal 2, 3, 4 year. So that's another thing to look at too, is that we don't measure all of this in a certain way. And even, you even saying, oh, I'm new, I don't know anything, this, that, and the other thing, like, you stop saying that. You don't really say that anymore because you've experienced all this stuff. You've had all these activations, you've had all these healings, you've had all this
Oh
blueprint,
yeah, the other day I thought I was like, wait, it's only been 2 years. What the fuck? I literally was like, what?
right?
It
Yeah,
feels like
because
so much longer.
you've been
And
on the
like,
bullet train, though. You really, really have. You've traveled quite far in a very short amount of time. So that is all coming to bloom in the very near. Things are really gonna flip and flop in the very near future. But I think that's it, my love. Yeah. So I love this as these messages to tack on with your monthly, and what we know is all happening with that. I think this is the perfect extra to what we got the other day.
and you talked that when the stone cards, you're like, and the crystals that are coming. And I was like, I thought I haven't gotten any new crystals. And even today, I was like, huh, I feel like I need to go. And I was like, how am I going to, I was thinking about, should I just get on Etsy and like see if something comes up? And I was like, no, no. Well, here we go. Now I know what to go and get.
Yes.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, I have a feeling. I have a feeling I'll figure that. No, I was like, don't know, don't just
Yeah.
randomly go. Because I was like, I could just like, search through because I have done it that way, and I mean that could not be more perfect. So,
Rhodochrosite, ring,
like I have a
bracelet.
tiny, tiny free gift. They give you the free, but it's like a small thing. I feel like, but anyway, I'm gonna go get
It's a
like.
really, really
Mhm.
pretty. I don't have this. I want to get some. This is
Yeah, I
beautiful.
got it that bracelet when I was because I was like, oh, I'd never heard of it, and I remember it seeming so perfect. Not that I could tell you now what, but it broke. Just wanted like a bead, like one like this. They
Mm.
break so easily.
Yeah,
Freaking.
they're kind of notorious. They get wet.
Yeah.
They come on and off all the
And
time.
I'm
So
so I forget I move and I just if I'm not
yeah,
consciously like now I'm better about being slow or slowing myself down, but that was a while ago. I was still
yeah.
moving fast all the time.
Well, I am going to I don't know about tonight, but I will take
Oh yeah,
pictures
don't
of
worry about it.
all of these cards, and this one too. And same thing goes for Nicole as well. So yeah, any questions or anything?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Not at all.
I can't believe how long we've been here tonight. And I never asked Ileana what time zone she's in. Are you still there, sweetheart? I know it's really late. Thanks to all of you that are still watching. I appreciate it. Check and let me know who is still here. I want to see if Ileana's still here, if she's passed out. Um, kind of think it's already 10:30. If she was planning on joining me tomorrow, maybe we'll do her reading tomorrow instead of tonight, since I am getting tired and I am getting hungry and I do have to
I have
take
to
care
wake
of.
up in 3.5 hours.
Oh my gosh, you
I,
definitely have to go, girl.
I know.
I'm so
I know.
sorry for keeping
Oh
you up
God, no,
so
no,
late.
no. Look, trust me, this is well worth. I mean, I can be tired at work, or
Okay, well,
maybe I'll get
still,
some
my
extra
gosh,
help from. This was absolutely well worth. I am not one bit like
I know.
sorry, even if I'm
Okay,
tired when my alarm goes off. But there are days that I get this amount of sleep and I'm magically like I'm plugged into an electrical outlet. So maybe I'll get some divine help tomorrow for
yeah,
that.
definitely. Yeah,
Putting
no,
that
I
out
think
there.
you will. Plus, we've got all this new moon energy. I didn't go to sleep
I don't know
last
how I'm
night.
awake right now. This afternoon,
Yeah, I
it
didn't go to
shifted
sleep
when I got
last.
home. I was like, oh, all of a sudden I was just like, whoa, oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I didn't go to sleep last night till 4:30 in the morning. I
shit.
was awake. Like, I was drinking my Creo brew probably a little bit too late too. I don't know if that has something to do with it. It was just new moon energies or what, but I was up until literally 4:30 in the morning last night. It just kind of happened. Oh, Ileana is here. Yes, I am. It's 12:28 for you. Okay. It's really up to you if you want to do mine today or tomorrow. Okay. If you're cool with doing it tomorrow, um, You want me to get rest? Oh, you're so sweet. Where are you? What state do you live in? Yeah, if you are planning on joining me tomorrow anyway, we can definitely do your reading tomorrow, because tomorrow is yeah, we could definitely do it tomorrow. And if
I'm gonna,
Nicole
I'm gonna go.
Abby is going to be there, we could do that.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
bye,
go.
sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Do you want
You're
me to just close?
welcome. I
Oh,
love you.
love you
Um,
too.
so yeah,
Okay.
we could definitely do a reading tomorrow because it is late. My dogs are definitely going crazy, and need me. And I am tired. I am hungry. This was extra long, but extra good. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Texas. Oh, she's in Texas too. She's in Austin. So yeah, let's do it tomorrow. That sounds like a great plan. I'll figure out, I'll get the guidance if we're supposed to start it with your reading or end it with your reading. Probably start it with your reading, I think. But I'm not sure right now. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys, I do readings like in these lives, and they do tend to be long, but I get all the information as much as I'm meant to get in these. They're not quickie. I've never been one of those like, oh, I'll do a reading every 5 minutes. It just doesn't work like that for me. So hopefully though, watching these other readings gets you excited for your own. Thank you to everybody else who's been here, who's watching this live and gone and come back a few times. Thank you all so much for your donations. Thank you, Michelle, for just sending that beautiful $100 donation just because you love me. I love you too. Thank you to Nicole for receiving your messages and the additional 111 donation. All of these beautiful, this abundant energy for the new moon. I appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, for a whole new take on all of this stuff with the truth and stuff. Oh, you'll be working, but thank you. Okay, sweetheart. Well, if we're on late and we can fit you in, if that comes up, then definitely check in with me, okay? And I hope everybody has a beautiful night. Happy new moon. I'll see you tomorrow. Sweet dreams, everybody. Bye. Bye. Okay, we're done, Bob.